Welcome to Leadership Rewired, the podcast where we cut through the noise and talk about what leading really takes. No sugarcoating, no jargon, just real conversations, hard-earned insights, and practical wisdom to help you lead through change. Build the cultures that work and stay human while doing it. Let's get into it. Imagine this. It's your first day leading a team. You're excited, you're ready, you walk in, and half the room are old enough to be your parents. That's not a hypothetical. It's happening every day. Gen Z leaders, barely 5 years out of school, are stepping into management roles faster than any generation before them. And they're not just leading their peers, they're leading people twice their age. Welcome to season 2 of Leadership Rewired. Same intensity, elevated. I'm Allison Allen, your host. We're stepping into a new chapter. More solo truth talk like this one, bold guest interviews with leaders in the trenches, and my personal favorite, what would Leadership Rewired have done? This is where we're going to rewrite real world decisions and talk about what should have happened from a leadership perspective. This evolution of the podcast is actually intentional. It's about going deeper and faster into conversations leaders actually need now. Less noise, more clarity, and zero fluff. If you've been here from season 1, thank you for growing with me. If you're new, you picked the perfect time to join. Here's why this matters to me so much. Over the past year, I have heard from so many of you, DMs, emails, coaching sessions, saying exactly the same thing. I feel like I'm flying blind. The way I used to lead doesn't work anymore. And I actually don't know what does. If that's you, you're not alone. Leadership isn't what it was 5 years ago. The rules are changing daily, and most of us are not getting the memos. This season, I would like you to think of this podcast as your memo. We're kicking off with one of the biggest shifts driving all of this. The Gen Z manager paradox. Sounds pretty serious. But think about this. Gen Z now make up nearly 20% of the workforce, and they are inheriting teams filled with millennials, Gen Xers, even baby boomers. We celebrate these fast-paced promotions, but here's the truth. We're not equipping these leaders to be successful. We're tossing them into sink or swim scenarios, and the ripple effects are real. They hit everything from performance, trust, retention. Imagine this. Your highest performing engineer walking out of the door, not because they don't like the work or that they were layered, but because their manager doesn't know how to help them grow. Today, we're discussing why is this happening? Where is it breaking down? And mostly important, what new leaders, and organizations must do to stop burning out talent and start building leadership pipelines that last. If you're a Gen Z manager figuring it out on the fly or leading one and wondering why your feedback is not sticking, this episode is for you. Now, let's talk about how we got here. Talent gaps and leadership pipeline issues. Boomers are retiring fast. 1.7 million boomers left the workforce last year, taking all of their intellectual property with them. Millennials are moving up, leaving a mid-level gap in organizations. Scaling companies can't keep up, and they can't wait years to groom someone, so they promote whoever is ready. Hybrid work is a factor here. Remote work rewards self-starters, but managing yourself and managing others are two different games entirely. And sink or swim promotions. We keep saying, congratulations, you're now in charge, then offering zero support or coaching to these individuals. No surprise, 77% of organizations actually admit that they lack leadership depth. This isn't a Gen Z issue, it's a system issue that we need to fix. And if we're honest, we're not just setting these leaders up to fail, we're setting their teams up for collateral damage. Imagine this: you're 27, leading a team of 10. Two of the people that work on your team have been in this organization longer than you've been alive. They nod in meetings, but challenge every decision with, "This is the way we've always done it." Gen Z, you're values driven, feedback oriented, love consensus. These older employees, they came up in command and control. When you say to them, "I want your input," it sounds like to them, you're weak. Trust in managers is already down 29%. Add the generational friction, and you get turf wars instead of teamwork. This isn't about age, folks. It's about readiness. And unfortunately, everybody pays the price. Attrition rises, project stalls, new managers burn out before they even get their footing. Here is the good news: we can fix this, but it takes all sides. For the Gen Z manager, consider these three things. Lead with listening. Credibility comes from curiosity, not proving yourself. Ask more than you answer in your first 30 days. Number two, your team watches your reactions more than your words. Calm is contagious. So even when you're faking it, just remain calm. Number three, don't wait for formal programs. Seek mentorship across departments, outside your company. It will accelerate your curve faster than you know. That's what you can control. But what about the organizations you work for? For your HR leaders and your talent leaders, stop the sink or swim promotion process. Tie every promotion back to a support plan. Shadowing, coaching, readiness assessments, these are not nice to have. This is a must have. Cross generational mentorship programs. Pair emerging leaders with seasoned employees for two-way learning. Think of it this way: fresh perspectives meet experience. It is a capability multiplier. And functional leaders, you're the glue. Think of feedback fluency as a KPI. What motivates a 24-year-old will not work on a 25-year vet. Flex your feedback style. It's a skill, not an instinct. Number two, coach, don't control. Set clear outcomes, hold space for course corrections. If you micromanage these people, you will lose them. Number three, stop treating early leadership like hazing. Treat it like high stakes transition. Build in support and everyone wins. If you're still with me, let's get tactical. I'm going to throw something at you. Here are three moves that you, Gen Z manager, can make to shift credibility fast in 30 days. Number one, over communicate purpose. Say the why out loud until you are sick of it. Tie every decision you make back to purpose. We're doing X to drive Y to impact Z. When in doubt, explain it again. Number two, one-on-ones. Make them trust conversations. Ask three questions. What's working? I shouldn't mess up. What's broken? I need to know. What's one thing to make your job easier? And listen. People follow leaders they feel heard by, period. Number three, pick one visible win that you can control. Fix one pain point that matters. Kill a useless meeting. Streamline a clunky process. Get a small resource approved. Trust built on small wins is better than any trust that you're seeking with big speeches. Do this in 30 days, and you will go from, "Why is this kid leading us?" to, "Okay, I get it." That's clarity. That's trust. That's leadership done right. Subscribe, share this with a leader who needs it. And remember, leadership has changed. Think of this podcast as your memo. Lead with clarity and change with confidence. Until next time. Thanks for listening to Leadership Rewired with Allison Allen. If today's episode hit home, share it with a leader who needs it. And if you want more truth, talk, leadership insights, subscribe wherever you listen, follow me on LinkedIn, and keep leading with clarity, even when it's hard. See you next time.